So, you've come here to hopefully hear what the difference is with your favourite wizard / wizards. What happened after he got those fresh white threads in Lothlorien? He was grey for about 2,000 years, but what changed post desaturation? Hello and welcome to the channel Gone with Gandalf, where I upload precisely when needed. Today I'm all about the difference between Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White, and are they even the same person? Yes, he was the same person. He's not real anyway. But Gandalf the Grey was the last of the wizards to arrive on the shores of Lindon. There were 5 wizards sent with a mission to help the Free Peoples against Sauron. But they weren't to enslave them through force of their will, nor could they face Sauron's power directly with their own. Thus they were to be the advisors that encouraged others to be the leaders. Cirdan the Shipwright, he was an elf at the Grey Havens in Lindon, and he gave him the Ring of Fire, Narya, to Gandalf. There, because he was like, look mate, I can tell that you're going to be needing this more than I, since all I do is build boats all day, every day for my pointy-eared buddies. He carried this with him always, the ring. Now, here are the 3 elven rings, if that could just be popped up there, great. And these were the most powerful of all rings of power that were made, save for the one. Now think back to every time you can remember of Gandalf casting magic. He set sodden bits of wood alight with ease, wolves on fire, a bright light from his staff as a torch, basically. On the Bridge of Khazad Dum he wields the flame of Anor, which is the sun. And also the servant of a secret fire, or claims to be. Well, he is, which could be about his ring, although it is far more likely that he is saying that Hayar was made from the flame imperishable as a Maya by the one Eru Ilúvatar. And if you don't know who that is, I've made a video about him and the Ainul Indale. It's the creation thing, so go check that out maybe, or just subscribe, because, well, do both actually, and like this video, and like the other one. Go for it, it's free. Put simply, he has an affinity for fire magic, which was enhanced by his flashy ring that he concealed from everyone. Only Cirdan knew with certainty that Gandalf had it, although Elrond and Galadriel could probably hazard a guess, and Saruman caught wind of that too. But Gandalf and his fire were largely subdued by his grey garments, and would only come out when he would call someone out for their idiocy, or when he was in the warm company of friends. His fire was meant to be the opposite of Sauron's destruction, so for the kindling of hope. Gandalf was the only one then of the 5 wizards to succeed, as all the others failed by abandoning their given mission in one way or another. This video isn't really about that, so I won't go into that here. But Gandalf certainly could have strayed from his path, taken the one ring from Frodo, and, well, who knows. But when he died as the Grey and became the White, he had a meeting in between the transition there with his company director Eru Ilúvatar. During this chat with his boss, he was told, like, look, you're doing alright, although you did get yourself killed, but okay, well, you can go back, finish the job, and to help, he was given the authority to wield more power, since he was now the last wizard and ambassador of the West. Gandalf the White was the incorporation of all the wizards, or what they should have been had they been true. His greater power can be seen when he rocks up to Isengard and breaks Saruman's staff like a twig, who was once head of his order, indeed, so he should have, had more power, but couldn't hold, or even, his staff was broken. Don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, Gandalf's power wasn't really new, but his inner fire was more vibrant, you could say, and few could contest him indeed. He says to the 3 hunters, which are Aragorn, Gimli and Legolas, in Fangorn Forest, that he has relearnt much of what he had forgotten too. And of course, as we all know, knowledge is power. Am I right? So powerful is he that when the Witch King smashed open the gates of Minas Tirith and Gandalf stood alone in the ruined entrance to the city, the two would have no doubt duelled and perhaps Gandalf would have won. Actually, I rescind that. Gandalf definitely would have won because he's cool. But the Rohirrim arrived, which was a part of Gandalf's plan as a whole, as you might say, as the Marshal of Defence. So the Witch King had to go do that, and Gandalf then had to go and save Faramir from his father. But Gandalf the White still didn't reveal much of his newfound power since it wasn't required. And due to his brief, he couldn't just cast an orc-only Armageddon spell, something of that ilk. His commitment to his mission is absolute. Hence, he is fighting at the Black Gate with a sword. It is a pretty cool sword, but again, this video is not about that. But he was a valuable asset for the West for more than just his powers and his leadership. The hope he conveyed in dark times to the characters was key. This was not exclusive to either form. And well, you can see this in the Mines of Moria when Frodo acknowledges eventually that all life has value and dealing death is rarely just. Like when they're talking about Gollum, he's like, oh, Bilbo should have killed him, pity they didn't. I'm paraphrasing. And then as the White, Gandalf does his thing with a melancholic Pippin and tells him that death isn't to be afraid of. Like, what a nice guy. Like, actually, wait, I think, what did he say? He's like, I didn't think it would end this way. And he's like, end? No, the journey doesn't end here. Death is just another path, one that we must all take, etc., etc. By the way, how good was the impression? I'm sure it wasn't that good, but, you know. Although I will say that wasn't actually in the book, but I like to put elements of both, don't hate. So, as I said in the beginning, are Gandalf the Grey and White the same? Yes. The White was just given license to use the full arsenal, the full Monty, if you will. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and do check out those videos if they were of any interest. Also, apologies if there are any sound issues. For some reason or another, I'm actually recording this in my car, and it's quite windy outside. And I'm just going to the driving range to hit a few balls. Please subscribe because my self-worth is tied to this 100%. But for now, this has been Gone with Gandalf. Good day.